I finished SVA in 1993, and I do Skohegan in 1995. I think by the time I'm coming out of SVA, which is really actually making that shift in terms of not having the categories in art, but making plain artists so you can go out there and make art in whatever form of whatever way you possibly can. When you the studios at SVA, all you for your MFA program, all you get is a studio and that's it. You don't, it's nothing else happens. And so you have to figure out how you're going to make your art and everything that happens in that. And coming out of that, at Parsons, I was trained to do printmaking, and that's something that also stayed with me throughout my whole career. So now I'm a professor, and I teach printmaking. But I come out of SBA also understanding that I want art to be more than something traditional and classical, and that um, I want art to have you know, a more personal reference to who I am. And the only way that I can do that is by using material and using personal history. And I think that that begins to create this art that eventually becomes this sort of self re-examination of of who I am as a person, and really making all this connection to the, to the colonial history and the slave trade and all these other things that sort of have impacted and shaped the person who I am. But there is a period coming out of SBA in 1993, which I feel also has informed me tremendously. And that is that after graduate school, I decide to stay in New York. I don't go back to Miami. And I am privy to seeing some of perhaps the best artists working at that time in contemporary art. So that you could walk down to Soho, and there all the galleries are there, right? And so you're walking in and out of galleries in one afternoon, and you're seeing over 10, 20 different artists and exhibitions and group of artists. And I feel that from 1993 to the end of 2000 was a really pivotal year, pivotal decade, I guess, in what contemporary art is today. And is at the epic center of that, I believe, is Thelma's Golden's exhibition that takes place in 1993 at the Whitney Museum. I'm trying to remember the name of that exhibition right now. I have to look it up. But it's a pivotal exhibition in terms of bringing African American artists to the foreground. And it really begins to also inform this other, the idea of identity as a viable material for making art.